YouTube! Long time no see! It's been actually a year since I've been on YouTube. Again, my name is Sears. If you don't know who I am, if you've never seen any other video of mine, that's okay. I only have one other one. I'm back on YouTube. I don't know how frequently I will be on YouTube, but I definitely will not go a year without YouTubing if this video does well. So if you like this video and if it helps you, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Today I will be doing this, I guess you would call it a warm, sultry, everyday / going out look. It's natural if you do it, if you apply it the right way, but I mean, it's a full face of makeup, so natural is a very loose term. A quick update on my life. I am still going to Baylor University. I'm actually living in Waco and not in the Fort Worth area anymore. I'm full-time here in Waco in my own little apartment that I love so much. I love to decorate and I love any type of interior design. I'm working at a candy store right now called Hey Sugar. I will probably be there because I'm there probably like 5 days a week. So if you ever come to Waco and you want to say hi to me, then come say hi. I love that. Alright, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is moisturize. It creates the perfect base for your makeup to go on, and it needs to be done. You just need to do it. So I put on this Kiehl's Panthenol Protein Moisturizing Face Cream about 15 minutes ago, and I let it soak into my skin, and now I'm ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and put this little guy on to keep the hairs out of my face. The first thing I'm going to do is prime my eyes for eyeshadow, and what I like to do is just put a tiny bit of foundation on a beauty sponge and dab it onto my eyes to cover up any type of discoloration or veins. And then the next thing I'll do is I'll go over that with a translucent powder. I'm choosing the RCMA No Color Powder, and you can get it online. So I'm going to start out with the eyes because I usually have fallout whenever I do my eyeshadow. I haven't perfected the art of doing your foundation first and then doing your eyeshadow after. I'm not that big of a risk taker yet. We'll see. But the first thing that I always like to start out with is a transition shade. And I'm going to take my Morphe M441 brush from the Elite Collection and my Morphe 350 palette, and I'm going to go into these two shades right here and just buff them into my crease. Okay, so I'm just buffing that into the crease to set a transition color so none of these shadows go unblended. Because if there's one thing that you gotta do, girl or boy, is blend. The next step, I'm going to take the exact same brush and I'm going to use one of my Anastasia individual eyeshadow colors called Fawn, and I'm going to add that over top the transition colors that I just used. So I'm just in the corner doing a tiny little circle, and then I'm going to kind of blend and feather that out. Okay, with a Morphe M513 brush, I'm going to go into another Anastasia individual shadow called Sienna. Kind of like that name. My arm is like... Start in the corner and just focus on that corner. I have hooded lids. Does anyone else have hooded lids? Have any advice for combating hooded lids? Where'd you go? Alright, so that's it, guys. That's the end of my video. Here we are. Okay. We're back. But what I was saying before was that I have hooded lids and I love makeup so much, but half the time whenever I do my eyeshadow, I'm like, whenever my eyes are at a resting position, I feel like you can't see all the beautiful colors that go on, but I guess that's just the way God made me. I'm not letting it stop me. We're gonna go back in with the M441 brush from Morphe that we had the colors Fawn and the transition colors from the 350 palette on, and we're just gonna kind of blend that out so that it looks a little bit more seamless. Oh yes, it already looks so much better. Blending is a very powerful thing, I will say. I'm going to go in with another Anastasia individual color. I've been really liking her eyeshadows. These are my first 4, and I'm going to get some more. Okay, so this one is called Amber, and this one is called Pink Champagne. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Amber on my lids, and then over top of Amber, I'm going to put Pink Champagne, and it's going to create this like beautiful like foiled goddessy look. I'm going to take a little flat synthetic brush from BH Cosmetics. I've had these brushes for a long time. BH, I love you. I will not stop buying your brushes even if they do this. If I lose this, I'm still going to use this because this is like my ride or die little synthetic, what do you call these? Packing brush. It's a little packing brush. So I'm going to go in with Amber on this brush. I'm just going to spray the brush. Catch some of it mid-air because, girl, we're not trying to waste. I know you're not supposed to pull out on your eye, but I do. It's such a pretty warm gold. It's like, I've used this on so many different girls. I've used this on my friend who's very, very fair, and it looks so, she looks like a goddess wearing it. I'm not even playing either. Like, Joanna, you look like a goddess. And then I've also used it on my friends who are darker skinned, and it's super pretty as well. The next step, I'm going to go in with this Pink Champagne color, and I'm also going to spray the brush again with the Fix Plus and go over my lids just like I did with Amber. That is just gorgeous. And this entire quad palette that I made, no regrets. It was 40 bucks. 40 or 48. It may have been 48. I don't want to perjure myself. Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to go back into the color Fawn, this chocolatey, neutral, perfect transition shade. And I'm just going to go along my crease once more and kind of blend out those edges. I'm barely touching my eye right now. Just so no sparkles, like, start traveling up your lid and going to Spain or something. We're going to keep them at bay. Speaking of Spain, since that was really random, I actually want to study abroad. If anyone has ever studied abroad, where did you study? I want to hear. I want to know your experiences because I think I may study abroad this year. So now I'm going to get my Morphe 350 palette back out, and I'm going to go into this chocolatey matte color. It's beautiful, and I'm going to take it right on this little tiny synthetic BH Cosmetics brush and show a little love to my outer corners. Don't go too far up. Don't go too far down. Okay, I'm now going to go in with a liquid liner and just apply that like you would apply any other liquid liner. So there's kind of what my wings usually look like. Okay, now I have this nice little wingage going on. Okay, we're going to step away from the eyes for a little bit and we're going to go on to my favorite part, which is foundation, because I think it's the most transforming part. I said that in my last video, but it still holds true a year later because, as you can see, your girl still has freckles, probably more than ever, so we're finna cover them up. Okay, on a damp beauty blender, I am going to be using today the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Healthy Luminous Makeup Foundation in the shade W6 Sun Beige. It's one of the warm ones. I'm just going to take a few pumps like this and just start dabbing. It'll all come together in the end. Now you could leave it like that, or you could do like I typically do and add a couple more pumps. And disclaimer, because a lot of people in my last video said this, and I know, freckles are beautiful. Not saying they're not beautiful. They are. And I'm very lucky to have them, because they're fun. But sometimes, when you're an artist like me, you like to see things transformed, and I like the way that makeup covers your freckles sometimes. Other times, I like to let them show, but today, just like before, I'm going to cover them up. Now we're going to conceal. I'm going to use the Born This Way Naturally Radiant Concealer from Too Faced, and my shade is light medium. Dot it all the way up, flip the brush, and tug down. Do my nose. I love this concealer. It's amazing. I read on the box that like 100% of the people who used it said that they saw improvement in their skin. I haven't used it long enough to be able to attest to that, but girl, this does not move. It does not crease. It looks beautiful on camera and off. Keep blending. Cool. You're obviously going to want to set that. The first thing that I usually set is my under eyes. I just put a little of this RCMA translucent, or no color powder, excuse me. I dunk this beauty blender in here, and I will set my under eyes with the beauty blender. You're going to barely want to touch it, just kind of spread it out evenly. And then just start pressing it in. And look at that matte finish. I'm going to do the same thing with my laugh lines. I'm going to actually bake them. And baking just means you take a little bit extra translucent, you stick it on your face and let it cook there. So you leave it. Like, you'll go like this and see how it looks like I have a goatee. You're going to leave the goatee. And then I'm going to kind of do my nose. And then as far as the rest goes, I'm going to use a little makeup brush. I'm just going to kind of take the lid, tap away the excess, and start kind of patting this in, just to set the rest of the face. My next step that I always do before contouring is bronzing. I like to mix two bronzers. They're both by MAC. One of them is Give Me Sun, shout out Jaclyn Hill, and the other one is Dark. Give Me Sun. We had a death in the family and part of it broke off, but I'm gonna use it until it's gone, and I'm gonna buy another one because it's amazing. This one's more red. This one's a little bit more reddish in tone. So I'm gonna start on this side. And with a very light hand, I'm just kind of dusting it on that cheekbone, but I'm not going any lower. Like, it's either I'm going in a straight line or I'm pushing upwards. You're then going to go in with Give Me Sun on the other side, and same thing. You're now going to take the color Dark by MAC. It's also a mineralized skin finish. And you're going to go directly over that and do the exact same thing. I like a nice little bronze face. Okay, the next step is contouring. I go back and forth between the Morphe contour palette and the Kat Von D palette. So just for today's tutorial, I'm going to use the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I'm going to go into this dark shade and this middle shade, just back and forth, back and forth. And see what a difference that makes? Now I'm going to kind of go in with this E3 brush again from Morphe that I used to set my face with. And I'm going to, again, just kind of blend. See that? Now it looks like I have bone structure! What? If I drop one more brush, I swear! I just dropped that brush. I literally dropped the brush! This is not... I'm not kidding. This is my life. This is not on purpose either. Like this... If you ask any of my friends, they'll be like, oh yeah, this video is totally you. And I'm gonna be like, yeah, I know. Did you see me drop the brush 17 times? There she is. Hey girl. Good of you to join us. Like flipping my hair all over the place. My friend Umar pointed it out. He says, you flip your hair all the time. I'm like, I'm just flippy like that. Okay. You want to know what I just did? I'll show you what I just did. I just dropped the brush! I need Jesus. Okay, the next step I'm going to do is blush. I'm going in with the Jaclyn palette. Jaclyn, if you ever watch this video, I just want you to know how much I love you and how much you've inspired me to do all of this. I have been watching your videos for years now. I'm just one of those silent subscribers that you really have changed my life. So if you ever see this, just know that you're my number one. I'm gonna go in with Amaretto and then just a splash, tiny of Rose Spritz. And I'm gonna put that on the Morphe E4. I know she likes to use that brush. And that's it. Same thing for the other cheek. Okay, now I'm going to highlight using her highlighting palette. I'm going to go into Prosecco Pop, give it a little. That's what your glow will look like if you use this Jaclyn Hill face palette, and I highly suggest that you do. I'm going to rebake my smile lines because I see them coming out. So I'm just going to take the Beauty Blender and get some of that RCMA powder right here. And now I'm going to start on my brows. So I have been ride or die for the Anastasia Brow Wiz, but I switched over to the brow definer like most have, and I love it just as much. For my tails, I use a different product, but for the very front of the brow, this is amazing. So I start, and I'm just going to do a little line like that along my natural brow line, and then I'm going to take the brush and turn it to where it's angled flat, and I'm going to push it up Go along the top. This is all very light-handed. And you know what? If you do make a mistake, it's okay. We all make mistakes. They're happy accidents, as Bob Ross would say. Shout out to Bob Ross. He's an artist. His show is on Netflix. I love watching it. I used to watch it when I was a little kid with my dad. So for the tails of my brows, I'm actually going to go in with a different little palette. And this is from BH Cosmetics again. It is called the Flawless Brow Trio. And as you can see, I've used and abused it. I'm going to go in with the gel color. This is a gel and these two are powders. And start on the tail of my brow. Okay, I'm now going to go in with the same Morphe brush. It's the M413, and I'm going to go into the lightest powder shade. It's like an ash brown. And I'm just going to set that, starting in the middle. Okay, so this is how your brows will turn out. And I'm now going to actually set them with hairspray. I know that sounds crazy, and I don't know if any of you guys do that, but I use hairspray, and it works better than any clear brow gel, in my opinion. So, the hairspray that I like to use on my hair and on my brows is a Bedhead Masterpiece. It smells like fruit punch mixed with grapes, mixed with heaven. So I'm just going to kind of brush the hairs up and set them into place. And these will not move. Next, I'm going to go underneath the brow and do a little bit of sculpting just in case we got a little messy with that brow trio. I'm just going to take a little bit of this Marc Jacobs concealer in the color 3 Young. And I'm going to barely get any concealer just on the very, very tip of the brush. And I'm going to start in the middle. I'm going to wipe this brush off completely, and then I'm going to drag it down a little bit and kind of blend it down. Dragging it down, dragging it over. For a quick brow bone highlight, I'm going to take my Morphe Fall into Frost palette. It is the 35F palette online. And I'm going to use this 3rd shade right here. It's a very pale kind of rosy gold color. And I'm going to take that on that same Luxie brush and just go right underneath the brow bone. But I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to do right in that little spot at the arch of my brow, just so that the light catches it ever so slightly. I'm going to go ahead and take that same color and use it as my inner corner highlight. I'm going to go ahead and revisit my eyes again. I'm going to take that same Anastasia quad that I made at Sephora, and I'm going to go in with the color Sienna on a little angled brush and just go like a quarter of the way in with this. Now on a pencil brush, I'm going to go back into my 35O palette, and I am going to go in with this beautiful golden shade right here on my brush. And this golden color will look perfect on any skin tone. And smoke out that bottom lash line. So now I'm going to go in with mascara and curl my lashes and hit my eyelashes with this Benefit Roller Lash. Bro, this is the best mascara I've ever used in my life. What's up, volume and thickness? Look at the difference in the eyes. It is crazy. It blows my mind. My final step today is going to be lips. And first thing that I always like to start out with is a nice lip liner. So my first color that I'm going to use is from Beautique. It's a color called Natural. And I'm going to line my entire lips with that. The next color I'm going to use is another lip liner. It's also called Natural, but it's from my company, as if I run it. It's from one of my favorite lip liner companies, from Palladio. I used Palladio Spice in my first video, and now I'm using Palladio Natural. So both of the lip liners that I'm using are called Natural. This one is actually a little bit darker though. I'm going to go in with a liquid lip by Jeffree Star. It's my favorite one, and it's called Celebrity Skin. I'm going to take another Jeffree Star. I'm going to take Mannequin. It's his newest nude. It's like a, he always says that it's like Celebrity Skin's little sis, and I think that that is a perfect way of describing it, and you'll see on the lips. It's just a tinge lighter, but in the same color family. I'm just gonna feather over in that natural. I'm trying to talk as I'm doing it and I can't. I'm gonna just feather over that in this color called Natural again. That doesn't help because they were both natural. I'm going in with Beautique Natural, the lighter one. Now I'm gonna dust away this powder on my laugh lines. See, it just completely goes away. Well, now you're basically done. This is what the look should turn out like. Kinda, sorta. The last thing that I always do is just set the makeup, and today I'm gonna be using the Green Marble Setting Spray. I got it online on cinemasecrets.com. It's a high grade makeup sealer, and it'll make your makeup feel like it's gonna stay on for the rest of your life, girl. Alright, I'm just gonna give it a couple sprays. So that is it for this look. It is warm, it is sultry, it is summery, it's folly, it's wintry. You can wear it whenever you want. Don't follow the rules. Don't listen to me. Do your own techniques, but this is just the look that I created today. It's my go-to look pretty much, and it gets lots of compliments, so I hope that it helps you. If you enjoyed this video, if it helped you, please like it. Please subscribe to my channel. I promise you I will not go MIA if this video does well. It has just been such a crazy time in my life going through these first few years of college, and I just needed to give myself a break. I didn't think that I was ready, but right now I'm kind of at this point in my life where I'm like, I need to be ready for whatever, and I'm going to do this, and if I'm going to do it, I'm going to go full force. Without all of the encouragement from my friends and my family and from all the people on that very first YouTube video that I made, I would not be making this video right now. So thank you all so much. I know I only have 500 subscribers right now, but I love that each and every one of you saw something in me that made you want to see more. For all of the people also who commented on my first video and left so many nice things, thank you so much. It's taught me so much not to blow on my brushes, and to smile more, and to not look into the viewfinder as much, and to find a better routine for my eyebrows, for everything. Thank you guys so much, and I guess I will see you guys soon. Bye.